Though they may be playing football and the crowd is yelling, kill the referee. But no matter what the score, when the clock strikes 4, everything stops for tea.
Hi, and welcome to Spill the Tea, the show for British expats and everybody that loves all things British. My name's Ian.
My name is Mary, and I love British people.
And I am Dawn. And then today on the show we do have, of course, BFF with Eve Dawes. We have the wonderful Marcus Deegan all the way from Australia. And we've got, of course, got our wonderful British pub quiz.
Ooh,
We do.
Yes, I love it.
Welcome back. And look at, can we just take a moment to look at the fabulous legend that is Mary Wilson?
No, come on.
You're looking
Legend
amazing today.
Mary.
Look at this.
I think I can
You really,
undress now.
you
Okay.
really went for it.
Fur and sparkles.
We said we would do this, Dawn, didn't
I know.
we?
We did.
Okay.
Actually, this could end up being quite the show today.
I think so.
But
Excuse me.
before, I have to say, I'm very excited. Before we get into anything, anything else that might happen today, we have a live check-in with a very special guest. If we want to go split screen right now, we'll see who that special guest is. There she is! It's our
Sam.
very own Sam. How are you doing?
Everyone.
Now-
I am. Well, you know what they say. Another day above ground is a good day. So,
Well, exactly, and if there's anybody who hasn't is wondering what this is about, Sam is, of course, you'd have seen in the titles of the show. There is our is usually sitting in one of these seats, which is very capably filled with the beautiful
It
Mary.
takes two.
Always
It
been.
takes
It
two,
is.
Well,
baby.
it does.
Thank you.
It takes two.
being sweet.
So, so basically, oh, look at that. There's all four of us there. That's even better. We love that.
Yeah,
So
wow.
Sam actually had a bit of emergency operation, didn't you? On the appendix, on the ruptured appendix, and so
I
you've been off for the
did.
last couple of weeks.
I have. I ended up in excruciating pain. One night, throwing up so violently, and I just knew something was very seriously wrong. And I said, "Get me to the hospital." Took Jim 45 minutes to get me out of the house because he couldn't touch me. I couldn't move. I was on the dog bed. It took 45 minutes, and I don't remember any of it. There's lots of don't remember.
Wow.
And what came up on all these tests, and every time I had a test, he said I came back, and I was just in and out of consciousness the whole time. Is that I had a perforated intestine, so they were going in to look at that and fix it. And then once they got in there, they didn't know where my appendix was because it had basically exploded to nothing, and I had gangrene, and I couldn't believe they said that to me. I'm
Oh
like,
my
isn't that like a
gosh.
thing of like Victorian times, gangrene? And I was all infected inside. Yeah, no joke. It was so serious, but I didn't know it was because I was so out of it. I didn't know.
What?
So nobody put the 10p in the meter.
You know what's funny? I was literally just thinking about, because when I was on tour in theatre, I'd go to digs, so random people's houses who
Yeah.
would let you stay there.
Oh.
And I got to one in like Portsmouth. The shower, you need to put 10p's in the meter in this closet about 20 minutes before you want to
Well,
shower.
nice.
I'd
Wow.
never come across, but that was a thing, right?
Well, apparently so, and apparently it's a thing here too.
To like
Really?
actually put money in the meter.
Yeah, but
to
we are
have-
back.
Hurrah!
So I hope
hello.
you used that time to your advantage.
I-
Make sure you had your cups of tea
Do you know
and,
what's funny
and everything
though?
else.
Okay.
It happened 2 weeks ago when we talked
We did.
to that household as well.
Oh, that's true.
So-
It was. It's something to
I'm
do with
just
Sam's
saying,
house.
Sam slash
Yeah.
Jim
Do we have Sam back on? Is she still there?
has a little gremlin in the line.
Oh, she's not. She's not on right
Oh,
now.
we
Well, we'll
will-
carry on, but we're going to get Sam back.
She looked beautiful.
She did look amazing,
Yeah.
and I'm sure Amanda will help us to get Sam back on the line.
Yes.
very shortly.
For sure. we
So
will.
with that, you know, I mean, this is the fun thing about doing
You know
live.
what? I've actually got,
It's
because I've done
live.
I've got some trivia questions ready, and this one was actually for Sam. So if I ask this one now,
Oh,
maybe if she can
When she
watch,
comes back?
when she
Okay.
comes back, she could
Okay.
maybe answer it for everyone.
it could happen,
Right?
Yeah, it's true. Because I know last week we said we were going to do some trivia, so
Well, everyone loves a good pub quiz, right?
Right.
I mean, technically you need alcohol for a pub quiz, but, you know.
well, we might be able to fix that one too, actually.
Sorry.
Oh, Travis is getting
I
busy.
can't hear.
We can see.
We'll
It's okay
get there.
that I can't hear.
Yeah, we'll get
It's
there.
okay that you can't hear.
Oh, it's okay.
Can you hear me? You can hear me.
Without the ears in.
Oh, I see. Well, let's
The
try and see
moles,
if we
I
can-
should say.
the whatever we got. How about?
Well, here's my question for Sam.
Is
For my
Mar-
trivia question.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, she's
I
good.
hear you, Dawn.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's all that matters to me. It doesn't matter if you can't hear
That's
me.
all it
I know.
needs.
As long as you can hear me.
I know. That's what I thought.
So
bit of
you
stuff.
guys at home can also chime in and answer this one. But this one was in honour of our wonderful Sam. Which British city was the first in the world to register a football club?
Oh.
Don't say it out loud
I'm
yet.
not sure I know that one.
Ooh, I told you
we'll-
I've got good ones.
We're going to look it up. And
I've got
actually,
good
while
ones
we're
today.
looking that up, would it be useful to go a little early to our BFF section today? Let's do that.
Ooh, little Eve
You know,
Dawes.
because Eve sometimes helps us out in many ways, and today it's going to give us a second to reset these TVs for a start,
Okay.
and get Sam back on. So today I know Eve is covering the F in the BFF,
Ooh.
which or at least one of them, which is fashion.
Or
And I didn't mess with it this week. I was very kind. I let fashion
That's
be
nice
its
of
thing.
you.
Yeah, I'm very serious about fashion.
good.
Clearly.
As you should be.
So this is BFF with the inevitable Eve Dawes.
Hey guys, and no, it's not a bra around my neck, it is a face mask, but I popped it off quickly just to chat to you guys. So today we're gonna do fashion, but I think we're all trying to like do things more on a budget right now, right? It's not trying to spend money, not trying to fill up our closets, just trying to find a couple of key pieces and being able to wear them as many ways as possible. So today I've popped into Shop Therapy with my friend Jessica. She's going to show us these loungewear pants and 6 different ways to style them. So it doesn't have to be these pants, it can be any of your loungewear pants, but we want to be comfy around the house or when we're running errands and be able to dress them up, dress them down and do something versatile.
Hi guys, my name is Jessica and I'm the owner of Therapy Boutique located here in Las Vegas. Therapy started back in 2015 when I was going through infertility treatments, and that's how the name Therapy started, and it still provides therapy for me and hopefully for my community. I'll be doing a bit of modeling for you today, so let's take a look.
This white v-neck is really lightweight, so it's a great option for the summer heat, and then it has a little pop of sparkle on the sleeves, which aren't too much, just enough. The sequins aren't actually itchy, which is a really good thing, because sometimes a lot of sequin tops can be itchy, because this one's lined underneath. This bralette is super versatile. It has adjustable straps, it's lined so you can wear it with or without a bra, and bra tops are huge this year. If you're not feeling comfortable with a bralette on its own, you can wear it under a tank top, or you can throw a denim jacket over the top. This denim jacket is oversized boyfriend fit with love pearls on the back that is just super cute. It's all about those extra details. Slightly transparent button-ups are going to be great for cover-ups, whether that's swimwear, whether it's over that bralette we just saw. And the hemline on this one's actually adjustable, so you can tighten or loosen it whenever you eat. Tie-dye has been huge this year, especially the pastel kind. So this one's actually a bodysuit. I love bodysuit t-shirts because they stay in place, they don't keep riding up. Neutrals are always in, and a beige cami is a great wardrobe staple as it's so versatile. If you want to look for adjustable straps, that will ensure they don't keep falling off your shoulders. Cowl necks are also a big trend right now, and if you want to get more coverage and you want something you can wear with or without a bra, look for something that's either part lined or fully lined. This white top is perfect. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, depending on what jewelry you wear, what shoes you wear. It's a really good option if you want to be professional in your Zoom meetings, but comfy on the bottoms. And then if you want some extra coverage and support, you can wear a bandeau top underneath. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next week.
There you have it. That was Eve doing her fashion bit. Well, actually getting her friend Jessica to do the fashion bit, but all good. So, welcome back to the show. We're a little bit topsy-turvy today, but we're doing good. We're doing good. We're going to be getting Sam back on in a second. On the comments here, we've got Mark McGarry. I guess somebody asked, who is it? Was it Craig who was saying, you know, where you're from? Somebody was trying to fill for us. I think that's very appreciative of whoever started that one going. We got the usual suspects. We got Mick on. We got Robin on. Catherine is joining us again from Leicester. Oh, well, she's from Leicester. That means you're actually in Leicester. In fact, actually a good point is if you are somewhere around the world that's not on our globe of fame over here, let us know where you are watching from, because we've got quite a few sparkles on there which represent all the places that you guys are watching from. So if there is a place that you don't think we have on there, then let us know. We know
Hawaii on there?
Hawaii is on there.
Good.
Actually, yes. So we do have a few of those going on. But
I see my friend Pat Ross is watching from.
Pat's
London.
watching. Very good. Very good. We like that.
She's not in London, actually. I got to say, I forgot where she lives.
Oh,
Pat,
I see.
where do you live?
So now the other thing that we have going on here today is you mentioned last week
Yes.
that something about Prosecco.
Well, firstly, I always enjoy Prosecco because it's delicious. But so Eve Dawes last week was doing cocktails.
Yes.
And she did like a little drink bomb, as it were. Don't arrest me. And what we have in our boutique are little sugar cubes.
Is this a gratuitous product placement advertising?
Absolutely. At the British boutique, you know. Well, if Eve Dawes is going to talk about a different boutique, I'm going to plug my boutique because we've got these things. And who doesn't love Prosecco? So it's a little sugar cube.
Yeah.
So this pack is for making mimosas because I thought because you were going to bring Prosecco, we would do that.
You know, we've got
We got some things
we've
here.
got a couple actually. We've got
How exciting.
yeah.
Sorry.
Ding dong. Now here is a bottle of Prosecco, which you may notice is actually. Now that's not because I'm a cheap ass and I had some last night and thought I'd bring the leftovers
It
today.
is.
There might be that.
I was just coughing. I wasn't saying anything.
There is a reason for this,
Okay.
and in true Blue Peter style,
I was talking
Here's-
about Blue Pea.
here's
What
one
do
I
you
made.
have?
Here's one I made earlier, just for you, the bleeding sober bread that you've been saying I have not been making for a while.
I can't believe you made it.
I didn't say I made it.
Okay. I can't believe someone
It's been
made it.
made. But look, it's here. It's still warm.
Shush.
And,
It
and
is.
It is still warm. And so that is Prosecco sober bread. Sober bread.
No.
Are we going to taste
You
that today?
We're so gonna
absolute
taste this.
legend.
Okay, sure.
That's actually made my day.
Which is why the Prosecco is open.
As if you made sourdough with Prosecco. You have taken sourdough to here.
It's the not so sober dough.
I love Oh,
So-
Ian, I take back everything I say about you on
Hey,
a daily basis.
If I am going to redeem myself, I'm going to redeem myself in style. Oh, thanks, Mary.
Look at you. So you can pick 3 flavours
Dawn,
here.
The
One for
tea,
you.
the tea now is out the
Lovely.
window for today. There is no.
No, spill the tea?
No.
Oh, no gossiping?
spill
We're
the
not going to
Tea's gone.
gossiping
We are now-
today, you know.
Listen, a few more of these, then
Spill the
gossip may
Prosecco.
actually
Okay,
be.
because that's what we say in Detroit.
What's that?
Gossip.
Gossip.
You say spill the tea is like you're talking about something that
I
you...
like the fact that you're calling it spill the tea. You keep calling
I
it
know.
spill the beans.
Oh, I thought it was spill the tea.
It is.
It is.
You got it
you
right.
finally got it
That's
right.
what he's saying. You nailed
Well,
it.
what about me?
Well,
What about what
that's
I
your
want?
glass.
Well, you should give me
oh, well,
that.
do you want this one then?
Well, this is Bellini.
This is. Oh, you bought Bellini.
Oh, yeah, the little
Oh,
champagne
good
with
Lord. Ladies and
peach.
gentlemen, this show may
Deteriorate.
descend.
Yes.
But
You get-
before it descends, or as it descends,
You have to
I
pick a
believe
flavour.
Well,
I
yours
believe
is
we have
open.
Sam back, do we not? We do. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sam, come back on and,
Wow.
and help whatever's going on here. And Dawn did make a good comment, the fact that last time all this happened is when we were talking to Jim. So there must be some sort of vortex
Yes.
going around at your house or something.
To do with you guys.
It's all the demons.
Sabotage.
Well, I don't know where I got up to, but I'll put it in a nutshell. I had to have life-saving surgery. They thought they were going in to fix a perforated intestine, and then when they got in there, the appendix was gone, and I had gangrene. And I didn't know about the gangrene until I did my follow-up with the surgeon, and I could have passed out. It was just bizarre, but I didn't know the full gravity of everything that happened to me because I was so out of it. Those drugs are amazing, but they make you do weird things and say very bizarre things and send very strange text messages. And I even did, and I had no idea I'd done this, a 2-hour live on Facebook with my childhood friends in a private group. Thank God. And I saw this video come up on my feed, and I thought, what is that? And it was bizarre. It was bizarre. I had the doctor on there, and I'm like, look, they're so good looking, the doctor. Just off my head entirely. They found me stood up on the bed in the middle of the night one time, arms outstretched, just bizarre. And someone came in pretty much every hour or 90 minutes 24 hours a day.
Oh my
So there's
God.
I never knew you couldn't rest in a hospital. Well, now I know that. You can't rest. It's noisy. There's ding dong bells going off and beeps and announcements. And they do a big cheering thing for everybody that leaves, who leaves recovered. And I'm like, I can't sleep. This is crazy, you know? And I was just constantly attached to drips and all the time people in and out, in and out, in and out. And then, you know, you get your blood taken every day. They usually came at 1 a.m. And on one of the days, I ended up not sleeping in the hospital bed. It was horrendously uncomfortable, causing me a back problem, which I didn't need with everything else I was dealing with. So I slept in a recliner, and then they had a sofa that I said, can you convert that to a bed? And they said, yes. So kind of slept on that. And then the guy came in to take my blood. I was just off my head entirely. And he came in, I went, I'm not getting out of bed to do this. He goes, no, you don't have to. And I said, look, Mr. Cho. And I honestly believed it was Mr. Cho from The Hangover. I believed it wholeheartedly. And I said, I've seen you in the movies, Mr. Cho. Oh, gosh, I swear. And I just believed it and the stuff I was saying. And at one point, I think it was my twin sister I was doing, I don't know, FaceTiming with. And I just said to her, okay, Charlton Heston, don't you have some C's to go and part? It makes you nuts. I mean,
So nothing unusual then?
Nothing
Yeah, sounds
really,
fairly normal.
You know? It's like, don't give me a drink because that's how it goes, you know. But it's what the most difficult part was not having visitors. It was bad. It was.
Yeah, because Jim couldn't even go in, could he?
No, I mean, he wouldn't have known I was even having surgery had I not said, somebody get my husband back here, because it was bizarre. I didn't even know I was having a surgery. It was bizarre. I was in and out of it, but this one lady came in and she said something about surgery, and I said, no, I've never had surgery in my life. And she goes, no, you're having surgery. And I said, no one's told me. And I didn't. Now, somebody get my husband for me, please. You know, and then the surgeon came down because it was a big kerfuffle. It sounds like, you know, the procedure of, we now know what we've got to do. You're going to go and explain to what's happening. Then this lady comes in and says, oh, we're going to prep you for surgery. Well, it seems like they missed someone out in the middle. So she was then mad. She was furious. She went, hang on one second. And then the surgeon was in there, which they don't normally come down. So by the time Jim came back, she is suiting up. And she goes, we're taking her in for emergency surgery. And that was his first explanation of what really kind of was happening. But we didn't know about the appendix until they got in there. I didn't know anything. I was just off my head, you know. And then they put everything on me and tubes and, oh, my God. And then they were like, oh, we need to get your bra off. I'm like, just cut it off, you know. I mean, like, can you have taken that off first? You know what I mean? It was just, oh, God.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember waking up. That's the last I saw of Jim for 8 days.
Wow.
I mean, that was that. It was like, I love you. And off we went. And I wasn't frightened, strangely enough, maybe because I didn't know what the heck was going on. But I don't remember waking up. I don't remember having a catheter. I don't remember having oxygen. But I clearly took a lot of pictures of myself. I've come across these pictures and videos.
Nice.
And I don't remember any of it. And I'm like, oh.
I think we've all done that, but perhaps not in that same situation.
No, it was just something else, I tell you. And then they said they were going to downgrade me, moving me to a different floor because I was in a private suite and blah, blah, blah. Ooh. And I loved the two surgeons that I had. And I don't know. I think I probably entertained them because they didn't want me to go down to the next floor. And they said, we don't want to send you down to the next floor. So you're claustrophobic, aren't you? Because they wanted to put me in a room with 4 people. And I was not having that. So I said, no, I'm claustrophobic. They said, okay, you're going to stay here. And they moved me to the oncology ward. There's only 12 wards. And the staff there at St. Rose on Eastern, phenomenal. And I made friends with them too. Because you know
Of course
me.
you did.
Of course you did.
I did. I totally made friends. Everybody took their numbers and stuff.
Did they do your nails? Look at them. Look
You
at how
know
good
what?
your nails are.
Actually, I managed to do it myself this week. That was like an
What?
achievement.
Wow.
That was an achievement to paint my own nails this week.
If I'd had gangrene, I wouldn't have my nails looking like that. I'd be the hot mess that they are.
But I have to say, Sam, I'm looking forward to when you'll actually get your voice back so that we can actually hear you talk again.
You are so mean.
Oh, that is not nice.
I'm just messing with you. I already
it's not
know.
nice. It's not nice, and it's the one thing that really bothers me that people say to me. Honestly,
No, I'm just messing
gonna
with you.
I'll make it known. Let me tell
Do you want me to punch him?
Yeah,
I can punch him.
I'm feistier than ever, as you can imagine, when you realise I might not have been here. So who even knows what I'm going to be like when I get fully recovered? I'm
Good
kind of
luck
nervous
with
about
that.
that.
Yeah, take your time then.
But I tell you something, those nurses work so hard.
They do. They really do.
Yes.
And they put up with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they were so attentive. I mean, they'd say, Sam, do you want a blanket? And I said, yeah, I'm getting a little chilly. And they'd say, do you want me to heat it up for you? This is how sweet they were. I mean, that is to me like next level. And I'd like cry because I'm like, oh my God, they're so kind. And oh gosh, I didn't think having surgery would be so emotional. I just thought, I'm going to be in lots of pain, which of course I was. When they made me walk the day after the surgery, I thought, you're joking, aren't you? There's
torture.
I can barely open my eyelids, and they make you walk, and it is horrific. But you don't want blood clots. And then I have a lung trainer because they said, you shallow breathe when you're in pain, and we've got to keep your lung capacity up so you don't get pneumonia.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, I was in the tower, what they call the clean tower, no corona patients in there. But at not one point was I ever scared, thought I was going to catch something. Not one second did
that's
I
great.
worry about that. But I have to say a big thank you to everybody that sent me texts and flowers and dropped off food and new nighties. And that's pretty much all I've lived in. And this chair I'm in, my friend gave me this lazy boy chair, and it saved me.
Nice.
It saved me when I couldn't sleep, because I can only sleep on my back. I'm not a back sleeper, so I'd have to get up. This saved me, and so did TikTok. Let me tell you, you need a distraction, TikTok.
You got to follow me on TikTok, Sam. You got to go find me.
There's nothing negative.
No, it's just
TikTok.
funny.
It's fun. It's dancing. It's
you need to.
Di Domenico the whole time.
The one you need to watch on TikTok. There's a family in America that do family Olympics. You will get swollen into this hole of they are genius, and their Olympics is like, how far can you slide in socks? Like it's that kind of Olympics.
Yes.
Find it, and then because you got then post it on the Spill the Tea page so everyone can see it. It's
there it is.
Genius.
And my grandchildren have shown me how to do that, and I'm telling you, sometimes it gets very vulgar. Okay, I mean what they do, the kind of dancing they do, and I can't do that.
Stick to the family Olympics.
I think the family sounds better, right?
So we got on the comments here, Sam. We've got a few people. We've got Melissa saying so glad you're okay, and then
thank you.
Melissa's a nurse, by the way, as well. So
Melissa,
up to the nurses.
You do a job that's unreal, honestly, and they need more pay and a lot more thanks, honestly.
Right, exactly.
I'm going to be doing lots and lots of letters. I promised them. I said, can I bake for you guys? They said, yeah, you can bake for us. And I promised them.
Right.
Because it will never be, my words will never be enough for what they did for me. Because they kept me going.
Sam, did you hear my pub quiz question I found just for you?
No, I missed it. What was it?
All right, you ready? You've got to answer for everyone.
Well, now we know the answer.
No.
All right.
No, you don't. You don't.
No,
only if you've read it. She missed it. Which British city was the first in the world to register a football club?
Oh, Sheffield.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah. So we knew that was going to be the answer.
But you know what? We also, I have my big football connection in my twin sister's father-in-law, Mick Jones, played for Leeds.
That's right.
For England, and does a lot of work now with Sheffield United. So I would have known that anyway, even though I don't really follow football.
Yeah, but the point was just to get you a Sheffield question.
There was really.
Casey, I'm telling you, everything comes out of Sheffield. You're the best silver, the best silverware, the best cutlery.
We can have that debate when you're feeling better. I'll let you have that one today.
And then Sue's also saying, so glad that you're doing better now, Sam.
Yes.
That was serious. It really was very serious.
Yes.
Yeah, you get to a point where you think your body weighs like 5 elephants.
Yeah.
And I would do the Sam Shuffle around the cul-de-sac in my nightie, which I didn't care. I just couldn't bother to put clothes on, and I put trainers on, and I came on with a drain, and I would walk around with that drain, and I couldn't care less, and I'd shuffle around the Sam Shuffle, and that was like an Olympic event just to get around the cul-de-sac, you know.
That's going to be your next TikTok.
I'm telling you, the Sam Shuffle with a drain. God. I mean, you just don't think you're going to recover. But I'm measuring kind of week by week, and I'm like, oh, yeah, now I can actually bend and I can turn. I still can't shower myself. And poor Jim, I said to him that first day he had to shower me, he put a chair in the shower, and I literally had my forehead on the shower, and I'm crying. And I go, this is the better worst part of the vows. And I'm crying. And I'm like, oh, what would I do if I didn't have you? I mean, I've just been all over the place. But yeah, he showers the dogs, and now he has to shower me. He walks the dogs, and now he has to walk me around the neighborhood. So he's been amazing. And when you think you can't get any closer to your husband or love them more, you go through something like this, and you do, and you realize, and I think lots of people like us expats, when you don't have your extended family there, you've got to rely on each other. It really brings you close. It's also difficult because your family's not there, but you know the friends you have in your life, like you guys, it honestly, it's what keeps you going. They're your family. It keeps you going. And I mean,
Sure.
you know, I've got some crazy friends, as you know. Andy, oh my God, Ian, you won't be shocked by this at all. So he goes, we were really worried you weren't going to come through this surgery. And I said, well, I did. And I'm not going anywhere. And then the next thing he sends me from Spamalot is the scene from
I love Spamalot.
I'm not dead yet.
Nice.
It made me laugh so hard. And I know people feel like they want to be kind of appropriate when you've been through a surgery, a life-saving surgery, but being yourself how we normally are was so funny. And like I was telling Pam, my best friend Pam, about my scar, because it's long, it was open appendectomy, and she said, listen, she said, it's better than being dead. You know, and I appreciated that. And I'm like, yeah, I need to snap out of that, you know. So if you're not sure what to say to your friends in these situations, just be yourself, because you so appreciate how normal it is in a weird situation, you know. And Andy sending me that just made me howl. Anyone else would have thought, that's a bit inappropriate, you know what I mean? But that's our friendship. That's how we are, you know.
That's great.
And here's a tip. Don't send anyone lilies, because lilies, when they start opening up, is the most pungent, sickly smell. And Jim had got me a flower arrangement, but by day 3, I kept saying, have they put something on the sheets? Oh, you know, when they've washed them, and it got stronger and stronger to the point it made me feel sick. I didn't realize what it was. And one of the nurses came in, she went, whoa. She said, have you sprayed air freshener? I said, I don't know what it is. And then she walked past the flowers. We had to shove them in a plastic bag and put them in the shower. And eventually it was like, they've got to go. It was making me sick. But there are lots of people that are allergic to them too. So, but don't do lilies. They're beautiful, but that smell, whoa.
Lilies are poisonous for puppies as well. Do you know that?
They are. They're poisonous for pets. Yeah. Don't have lilies in your house.
If you get lilies and you've got dogs, you have to cut the pollen out.
Were they Casablanca lilies? Because I love those. I think it's different than the ones you're talking about.
They're so beautiful, but the minute they start opening up, I couldn't understand where this smell came from, you know. But
what a mean husband getting you flowers. Rude.
I know. I just said, Jim, you know they were lilies? He goes, no, you don't know. He's like, I like them.
Of course not.
They
look good.
Well, we're excited to have you back in the studio, but we don't want to make sure that doesn't happen too quickly, and you're back to full fitness. So what are you thinking? You're like, you know, a week, 2 weeks, a month? What are you thinking?
Yeah, in my head, because I like to get on with things, and I'm not used to laying around. And it's funny how people say, take it easy. I'm like, I can't really do anything anyway. It's a bit pathetic, you know. I'd love to go and do something fun and then go, I can't do it. But I would hope next week. I can't drive because I can't have a seatbelt on. But if I feel good enough next week, I'll come in and I'll have Jim bring me in.
We
And
could
I
roll
think
you in the lazy boy there.
Yeah.
we could run. Motorized lazy boy would be perfect.
That would be great.
But
Well, don't
I
rush
didn't
it.
think I didn't think I'd even get to this point. I didn't think I would get to this point. If you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago, it would have been like, this is going to be months. I kept thinking in my head,
Oh,
you know,
right.
and I know it's going to be about 6 weeks for the actual, you know, incision and all of that to, you know,
Yeah. Well, don't
heal
rush it.
properly.
We want to make sure you're back, you know, fully fit.
Well, I'm on 2 speeds, and it's kind of like slow and stop. So there's not a lot of rushing going on. And I'd love to, because it's been a challenge to, one, not do a million things at once, and two, to actually ask for help is very hard for me. And I've learned that lesson. I had to learn that lesson very quickly because I was completely useless to myself. Well,
you've done your nails.
I did. I mean, that is a big feat to do.
It is.
And
they look so
beautiful.
good.
They look beautiful too. Yes, they really
Huge,
do.
You know. Well, they've got longer because I'm not doing housework, so that's all right. But
Well,
I
we've been I say we've got these 2 fabulous co-hosts that have been sitting
I
in
was going
for
to
you.
say, I've got to
Yes.
thank Dawn and I've got to thank Mary because I literally just went underground, didn't I? And it was just like disappear. I don't know what's happening with my life, and I just thank you so much for that. And I know that everyone that watches appreciates it too.
Anytime, Sam, but
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen again, obviously.
Yes, right.
I don't want you to get sick again.
I'm done. I am
Okay.
done. I've never had anything wrong with my whole life. I never had surgery. Never
Okay.
Touch
I'm
wood.
done.
Now.
Nothing else is happening, you know, and that's it. I've made my mind up. That's the end of
Okay.
that. Crazy town.
Well, honey, get yourself well.
Yes.
Get yourself
Yes.
back
Yes.
here. And in
But
the
then
meantime,
it'll be next week with any
yes. In the meantime, it's all gone downhill. I don't know if you can see this, but we've got prosecco. We've got
got
bellinis.
You're
milk.
welcome.
I've got a tea.
Oh, there you go. Well, my tea got put over there
Abandoned.
because we've got so much of this
He's been
going.
like, I've been
And we got
waiting
the
politely
bread.
to drink mine because no one's cheers me. And meanwhile, he's
Well,
drunk
I
the
didn't know
whole
whether
thing.
I didn't know whether Mary
Yes.
wanted that one or this one. So
Well, I was, no,
you want
yours
that
is
one?
fine.
All
Just
right,
a
we're going to
bit.
do that
Okay,
one.
Very good.
Doing a bit of this.
And so
You can't
this
drink without
We're doing
cheers.
this to Sam, right?
We are. We're toasting to Sam's
toast
health.
To Sam. Okay,
Thank
there
Wait.
you
you.
go.
I'm
Thank
already
you.
one down. So
Get well, okay, and
Yes.
no more drugs, okay? No more
cheers,
drugs,
cheers,
okay?
cheers
No
to your.
more.
No more drugs. You've had enough, okay?
I'm not sure we're supposed to have just done that cheers thing, actually, were we?
Is that Corona? Is that against
I don't
Corona?
know what it was. I was cautious.
I haven't touched it yet.
It's nice. Good.
Yeah, it's
Good.
okay. Let's go.
Cheers,
for it.
Sam.
Cheers, Sam.
We'll see you
okay,
soon.
Get well.
Thank you for everything. Mwah.
Okay.
Mwah. We love you.
Oh, that was awesome. And again, thanks for all the great comments.
Yes.
There were so many, it was hard to even get through any of them there, but
It's hard to cut her off as well, so.
Oh, here's one.
No, we want to keep her on.
Serena,
Exactly.
it says, "Hello, I'm Sam's twin. She's recovering very well."
oh yes,
Yeah.
they're very
Have you had
close
both
family.
of them in the same room at once before?
No, I have not.
There's a
are
challenge,
they the
2020.
change? Are they different, the two of them? I mean, usually the
I
twins
don't-
are opposite,
Yes.
personality-wise.
I don't know.
okay.
It's
Thank you,
Serena,
lady.
isn't it?
Because
Yes,
my
I don't know
son
Serena
has twins, a girl and a guy, and they are totally opposite. I mean,
Oh,
just
yeah.
My
totally.
sister
One
has
is like
twins.
very,
Yeah, and it's a boy and a girl, and they're completely opposite.
totally different.
Can you imagine?
Okay,
I'm
are
gonna
we
try
going to
some
cut
of
that?
this.
Are we going to
Yeah,
cut
it
that?
looks so
I
good.
do
you
want
wanna-
to say, I'm really, really impressed.
I'm learning
with
so
you.
much about the English culture,
Right?
from you guys, and so now I'm going
Yeah.
to eat. What is this called?
This is called sourdough.
sourdough.
So it's bread that you get like in a little bag. So everything's pre-mixed. Everything is pre-done.
Yes,
All you have to do is add beer, or in this case, prosecco.
Prosecco. This is prosecco
Okay.
bread.
This is prosecco bread.
Okay.
And it's even got cheese and herbs on top.
It's classy bread.
I'm well
Okay, it
impressed.
looks pretty actually.
And then you have what is it you've got down here though? These things.
So these are the Lux Bubblies sugar set. So it instantly turns your
Does it
prosecco
go-
into
Okay.
into your mimosa.
I have a bit of
do it.
diabetes,
I'm
so
gonna
I
grab
can't do
one.
too much of that.
I'm just going to do.
Can
you
I
just
take
drop
a
it
half
in?
of
Yeah,
one?
just drop it in.
All
Of
right.
course.
Okay, I'll take a half of one.
Science experiment.
Hold on. You
Because,
cut that so I can try and cut Mary.
They've
a half.
cut my. my sugar in half. Well, they cut it out, but today I'm going to have a little bit.
You know what?
Don't tell anyone.
Amanda, because we're running out of space over here and there's all sorts of weird noises. Can you actually cut us a couple of pieces
So is
off of
that what is that there? Is that butter or
Amanda,
is that cheese?
come on in here.
Is that British cheese there?
And while we're doing that,
It's definitely. Oh, well.
we are going to,
Wow.
as all this is going on,
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
we're gonna do checker-day. Travis, we're gonna do checker-day.
So what am I going to have the cheese with? With the bread. Oh, with the bread.
I've got another trivia as well.
Well, we're gonna get there, but first we're gonna go to Travis because
I
he's
just
going
cut my
to
finger off. Oh,
Don't do
sorry.
that.
No, I did.
checkerday.com.
Check-a-day. Oh,
Well,
he doesn't have a
what's he
camera.
doing
Come
now?
up here, Trav. Quick.
Check a day. It's check a day. The day that we check the day of the checks.
Check.
The
yeah.
day of the checks?
Good job,
Oh, it's
Travis.
payday today.
Good job.
Good to know.
Good job. What is the first check-a-day, please?
All right, we're going to get there. It's annual medical checkup day. I think that's very apt.
So
for
then we
today.
should cheers to all the nurses out there for
Why not?
Medical Day.
Seems like every time I try to make an appointment at the doctor's, it's annual medical checkup day because you can never get an appointment.
Well, there you go.
But still,
cheers to
them.
nurses.
Cheers to them.
And
Now
medical
socially-
fields. And medical
Oh, we
fields.
did it again. There it is. Now we're
Oh,
completely
Corona.
connected.
Sorry.
Okay. Now, where can I buy those? Not for me, obviously.
Not for me.
These?
The sugar
You
things.
can buy them in my little shop, in my boutique.
Your British shop.
Yes,
Welcome
in my
to
British
QVC,
boutique.
everybody. I'm just joking.
Do you know
And
what?
it is actually National Raspberry Bomb Day as well.
Is it?
It's National Raspberry Bomb, and it's National Raspberry Tart Day.
Well, we've got raspberry in here.
Well, there you go.
How perfect
There
is
are no
that?
accidents. It's play in the sand
Thank
day,
you.
everybody. It's play in the sand.
Okay,
so
now
if
wait
you
a
feel
minute.
like playing in the sand,
Did you have a sandpit at home?
I did actually.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was it. Was it in a turtle? Do you remember those ones? Like
we
it
have
came in a
No.
turtle shape
It was
with a lid.
custom
A
built
fork or whatever. No.
sand. I'm just telling you.
So now,
With her and Rolls Royces and you and your custom built sandpit.
now tell me this.
I was from the Midlands.
Tell me this.
Yes.
It's still warm. Did you or who did make it? The bread.
So moving on to
bread.
checkerday.com.
Not Ian. Clearly.
No, I
passed
have
that
no.
one.
Rachel made it.
Good job,
Okay,
Rachel.
she
And-
did. Okay, thanks.
It is
Rach.
I did
crazy
nothing.
easy though, because everything's pre-mixed and ready.
Oh, it's not sweet though.
No, it's good. This is
I
this one's
don't know,
rosemary,
isn't
isn't it?
Rosemary.
Sure it is.
Definitely rosemary. I taste
Rosemary.
rosemary.
All right. Well, we'll dive into that. It's
want
I'm struggling here, people. I'm trying to get through this show. You guys know who
Come on,
watches
check
this
it out.
regularly. There's usually a form. There's a structure. There's solidity to this show. Usually,
Oh.
these two turn up.
Yeah.
And
Bring
just,
the alcohol.
Don't you
And
want
bring
some
alcohol.
of this? This is white cheddar, isn't it?
it's Dubliner cheese.
Yes.
Irish.
Irish. I've been
Look
there.
at the Irish.
I've been there many times.
It's
Don't take
Presidential
offence.
Joke Day, everybody. We'll
It
move on from
is,
that one.
I know.
Yeah.
I was going to bring one, then I thought, nope, not going
Nope.
to do it.
There's
This
enough
is
of
quite
that.
good.
out
I
there.
love
do
the
it.
rosemary taste.
It's
Now,
good,
can
huh?
you use different types
You
of?
can use anything.
It come, yeah.
Okay.
But this is one of my favourite ones, the rosemary one.
You know, and
This is quite good.
I've given up on Checker Day. I've given up.
I've got another trivia
Oh,
question.
really?
Then
Oh,
instead.
go ahead.
We've also got a guest, you know.
Well, I
Who
want
is
to do
that?
my trivia
Where?
question because they can answer. They can answer
Go
while
for
you
it.
bring. Well, I'm going to ask this one because Sam said she felt like her body was 4 elephants. Okay, that's your clue. That's your clue to this trivia question.
Oh,
Which I'm going to do my British announcer voice for this one. Which large animal is the only creature thought to produce its own suntan lotion from its natural secretions?
A British tourist.
Close.
Because we don't use suntan lotion. Our natural
No.
suntan lotion is sweat.
Close. The clue was elephant though, so think
Elephant, then.
no. That would be too obvious.
A British elephant
Which-
tourist.
Which large animal is the only creature thought to produce its own suntan lotion from its natural secretions?
Just by saying
Giraffe?
it twice doesn't give me another clue.
The hippopotamus.
Oh, the hippo. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, that thing. Well, I still maintain it's the British tourist. But
There you
still,
go.
Yeah.
It could be. You know,
And then we turn to lobsters.
I don't. I actually tan very well.
Oh.
I've got olive skin.
you do?
I do.
But we stay under the sun here. Actually, it's really hot in the UK right now.
Yeah.
Well, and when I was there one time, it was so hot. It was only for a day or two, and everyone was out in the park with their shorts on. And
Yes.
the next day, it was raining and the whole thing. But I mean,
Well, it
whenever
was probably
it's warm,
November, right?
No, this was like I don't know when it was. I can't even remember. But I mean, it was so. I mean, and I was amazed because it was just one day and then it was gone.
But that is summer. That's why you see everyone in
Everyone
shorts
in
in the
shorts.
park.
I
Because
know.
if you miss it, Mary, that's
It's
it.
gone.
You've got to wait till next
It's
year.
true.
I
It's
know.
true.
I can't
it's
believe it.
37 degrees in the UK today, which
London's
is
got
98,
37.
98 degrees.
That's crazy.
And I was actually listening to, as I was getting ready this morning, I was listening to LBC, and they had this whole discussion point on one of the shows about what the British are doing to keep themselves cool. What are your methods? And it was like everybody was
'Cause they
putting
don't have aircon.
putting their sheets in the freezer to getting like a hot water bottle and filling it full of
With
cold
ice.
water, and put all these different methods, including ones that were like a makeshift air conditioner where you get you fill up a gallon of like a milk carton or something with water and freeze it and then put a fan behind it.
Oh, that's
like they
clever.
did here about 120 years ago, that
Right.
kind of thing. But nobody actually came up with the idea of go get an air conditioner.
well, that would make sense.
And they have to be available over there, surely. I mean, if you're watching from the UK, surely you can get like the
Like a
window
little
air
portable
conditioners
one.
or the portable ones. And they must be getting slightly more.
You know what my
less
sister
expensive
did?
now.
Because she's in London.
What?
She filled up her twin children's paddling pool with cold water and had a lovely sparkling drink.
Well, that would do it.
That would be
It was
my
more so-
solution.
It was more so at night, though. So unless she's sleeping in the paddling
Oh, I
pool,
see,
this was
at night.
what you do at
Yes,
night, trying to keep
yes,
yourself cool.
yes.
So anyway, moving on from that, as if this show needed another layer
Right.
of issues to add today, we're actually going to be inviting our guest on to the show right now. Actually, I'm going to have Marcus tell you a little bit about himself. All by himself, because he is quite the character, and he's going to be doing a brand new show that he's going to tell us a little bit about himself. So welcome to the show, Marcus Deegan.
What's going on, everyone? Thanks for having me. You know, I'm a little bit starstruck right now. I'm sitting next to an absolute living legend right here. I'm telling you, one of the biggest female recording artist groups in history, and one of the biggest groups of all time. I got to say, this is one of my mother's favorite all-time groups. And when I told her that I potentially was coming on to say hello to Mary Wilson, she said, "Oh my God, please get a message to her from me." So I will. My mother said to say she loves you. She's been a big fan. I'm an absolutely huge fan as well. So it's very nice to meet you.
Hi, Mommy. How are you?
There you go, Mum. Mary Wilson from the Supremes is saying hello. What's going on over there, Dawn? And hello, Ian.
Well,
Good to
great,
see.
thanks. We're here too.
Sorry, you
Well,
know.
you said hello to you.
I did say hello.
You
Good to
did.
see you guys.
You
What's
did.
going on? The set looks great. I love it.
Well, you should do, because it's basically almost your set for your show. And I'm holding a knife. So
Well,
be nice.
that's a little bit of a worry. And you're British and you're holding a knife and you've got champagne next to
Exactly.
you.
Right.
Now, we do notice you have a bit of an accent.
Well,
So
some,
which part of the UK are you from?
which part of Africa or Ireland or New Zealand am I from? Actually,
Yeah.
no, I'm from Australia. A lot of people.
Oh, I love it. What
Yeah.
part? What part? of
Queensland, the
Australia?
Gold
Okay,
Coast.
I've
Yeah,
been
you know.
there many times.
Well, you know, a lot of
Sure.
people say that I was putting on the accent just to pick up women.
Oh,
Because American women really love the Australian accent.
yeah, they
people
do.
say that I put on a fake accent to get more sales. And I'm like, I wish I was that smart.
See, if I busted out with an American accent right now, you'd be, oh, he's really not Australian. But, you know, I think it's very, Australians love American accents as well. So anyone that goes down under from America, trust me, you'll be a big hit.
So you sort of qualify because you are Commonwealth. Yeah, I mean, you got the Queen on your
He's a
money.
pop.
So
We've got
Yes.
we've got the Queen on all of our money.
Exactly.
We are there's the British, there's the Canadians, there's the New Zealanders.
exactly.
And
so you're allowed on this show.
I'm allowed.
I'm not sure how Mary snuck in, but you know.
I know, but I lived in London.
You did.
I
You
did.
did.
And my
And-
children went to school there
and
as
the-
well.
and the British love you.
In Windsor.
true.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I love Windsor.
I want to move back. But you're where do you live now?
I live here in Las Vegas. I've been living.
Everyone is here. Who's
know.
yeah? Well, maybe
Australia's
I should
too
go there.
Australia's
I
too
wanna go there.
expensive.
Yeah,
I've heard that. I've
really?
heard it's got
Is
really
it?
expensive. Is that
Oh,
like
it's-
property and the whole thing's really
Everything,
shot up?
everything is expensive. Like for instance, although I don't smoke cigarettes, a packet of cigarettes in Australia is $33.
Oh my God, that would
Is that
stop
But that's
some
Australia,
Yeah,
smoking,
that'll
right?
stop you smoking, right?
Right.
That's that was the point. Right?
You'll go
To
broke
encourage-
before you get cancer. That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Australian dollars or American?
Australian dollars. Yeah.
Wow.
And your money's plastic as well, so that you can wash it.
Well, you can wash it. you can
my
go in the
God.
surf, and it
It's
doesn't rip. It doesn't
genius.
tear. I know.
Well, that's the important
When I
thing.
went there, I was like, what is this?
It looks very fake. I
We,
know, right?
we do actually have viewers of this show in Australia, so
Really?
so you are representing as well.
Yeah.
G'day, Australia. Miss you.
G'day.
Love you. Good to see you. G'day, mate. G'day, mate.
I like
G'day.
that. G'day.
So, well, thanks for having me on
You're
today,
very
guys.
welcome. Now, you have a new show that's starting.
Yeah,
and it might just be in this very studio.
Well,
Why not?
you know what? I was
Allegedly.
very fortunate to be able to come here to Show Creators and do my brand new podcast. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. We have only shot one episode. It's called What Happens Here. It's a sports and entertainment podcast where we get to interview some amazing athletes from around the world through boxing and mixed martial arts. Also a bunch of fantastic entertainers, local celebrities here in Las Vegas, and some other big stars that are going to be coming on very, very shortly. Maybe we can get this lovely legend on my show one of these days and have a chat about the old days.
Oh, sure.
Maybe you could get Mary on as well. I mean,
Hey, I wasn't talking to Ian. I've got a lazy eye. It looks like I was looking at him. But yeah, guys, so it's a great new show, and we're very happy to be here at Show Creators. And
what is it called again?
It's called What Happens Here.
What
And
happens
where
here
can we
stays
watch
here.
it?
What happens here stays here, exactly. Well, you can watch it on YouTube. You can also listen to it on Spotify. What Happens Here podcast. Just go and check it out. We really, really appreciate your support and your love, and it's such a great, and we're very excited about it. We have some amazing, we're taking the podcast game completely to the top. We're going to have entertainers performing live here in the
Sounds like a
studio.
challenge.
We are going to be having some amazing mixed martial artists from the UFC, Bellator, Cage Warriors. So if you're a fanatic on sports and fighting, check it out. If you love world-class entertainment, then check that out
so
as
Marcus,
well.
here's a question for you then. Do you
Yes.
also need someone on the show that is anti-exercise in every single way?
And who would that be?
That would be me.
Right, really? You look quite fit, though.
I know, but that's what everyone's like. They're always like, but you must work out. And I'm like, no, I'm allergic to it.
Yeah, you have you know what, though? I can guarantee you once you started it, you become addicted to it.
No, I wouldn't. I
Bet
can
you would.
guarantee you that.
I bet you would. It's all endorphins, right? Exercising releases
That's
happy,
why I-
positive endorphins.
That's right. Well, you know what I really like? I like yoga. That's what I do because
Right.
at my age,
I love
kinda
yoga.
I don't like to jump up
yoga.
and down too much.
Not
So
yoga.
yoga for me is quite good. For
Well-
those who are over 70, I suggest they do that.
Who's over
I'll come
70
on-
though?
Me.
What?
I suggest I come on your podcast
he's a sweet
and I'll
talker.
do some yoga movements.
Absolutely. And you know what? We can incorporate. My sister actually teaches yoga to children, and she also goes into the prisons in Australia and teaches the female inmates how to do yoga because it
Yes.
calms them and keeps them
Yes.
happy. So definitely, let's do that for sure.
He's good,
Okay.
isn't he?
Okay,
He's
cool.
very
I know.
on it.
He's sweet.
He's got
it's
the
that
pad.
fake accent.
He's talking directly to camera.
It's-
Can't even say camera.
I'm just doing what you taught me, Ian. Last time I was doing the podcast, you kept pointing at this camera, so
I'm
now-
over here. You
now
can
I'm-
talk to me.
Right?
You know
I'm
that.
looking at the lovely audience from Australia and England and America.
He's busy schmoozing everyone in the camera.
I'm coming over here
Yeah.
schmoozing Miss
But the
Mary
thing is,
Wilson.
you've been here since the beginning of the show, so you know how amazingly tight and organised this show is
Right?
already.
But you know what? That's the endearing and thing about it. It's not perfect. Nothing should be perfect, and people should
Exactly.
just
Right.
accept those little flaws, and it
They
makes
do.
it more real and more natural.
And you know what else? The liveness of it. Your live show is so great. People
It
don't
is.
realize that because everything today is taped and
Yeah.
all those kind of
I
things.
know.
As
We
live.
used
We
to
don't
do the
cheat
Ed
it.
Sullivan show back and when it was really live variety show here in America.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because if you messed up at whatever, you just kept going and the audience loved it.
Yeah.
So the liveness
Yeah.
makes it real to
No,
me.
it does.
I really
Absolutely
like
does.
that. So
It's
yours will yours be live as well?
You know what? We will definitely be doing some live shows.
live,
Majority
okay.
of them will be pre-recorded because,
Okay, yeah.
when you get these fighters and these big entertainers on, maybe they'll say a few things here and there. But majority
Sure.
of the time, we just post it 100%. But I'm really looking forward to doing some of the live shows anyway, especially with my man Travis over
So
there.
yes, Travis is actually the engineer for your show too.
I
as
know.
well.
Wow. So
know.
basically, what you're saying is I need to come up with my own video podcast to compete and basically talk about how I don't do any exercise.
See, how
That's
about
what-
you talk about how you don't do any exercise, but you're planning on doing it?
Sure. Well, my husband was a Canadian trampolinist for Canada.
Does he still flip? Can he still flip?
He can. He won't walk for a couple of days afterwards,
Yeah,
but he
right.
can do it.
Yeah.
He can do.
But he was in Mystère and
Is that right?
Just later on. Now, what brought you to Las Vegas?
Well, what brought me to Las Vegas was this little show called Australia's Thunder from Down Under.
Shut up!
You were in that?
I was the host and
knew
the
that.
MC.
I knew that was
Oh
going
my God.
So what happened was we came over here in 2002 and we got a residency at the Excalibur Hotel and Casino. We're the first only Australian group in history to have a residency on the Las Vegas Strip.
Were you on Project
so-
Runway?
Well,
I
well.
remember
episode?
that.
Hey,
Yeah,
what,
absolutely. Yeah.
what about
Of
Human
course.
Nature?
Human Nature is also part of our company. They do not take their clothes off, however, they are
No.
Australian.
And they love Motown.
And
They love
do.
Motown. They love that era. They do an incredible show. I mean,
Yes.
once everything gets up and running again,
Yeah.
because as you
Yes.
know, Las Vegas is on shutdown at the moment. It is the entertainment capital of the world. All the shows are closed down, so there is a
Sure.
lot of entertainers that are struggling now.
Here's one.
And here's another one. Here's
Okay.
another one. And you know, the entertainers are the ones that keep everybody's spirits high and keep you happy when you come to see a show. You know, you want to just forget about whatever problems you've got, and then all of a sudden that stopped as well. So for entertainers
Yes.
like us, we are having withdrawals from not being able to perform because,
But
as
let's
you
get
know.
back to Thunder from Down Under.
Anything you want to know about Thunder from Down Under, I can
Do
probably
you-
tell you most of the stories.
Do you have the Velcro pants on right
amazing.
now?
I do not have the Velcro pants. The Velcro pants are part of the show. It's mainly do you know, we had a lady that was at our show and she was there for her bucket list. She was 104 years old.
What? I hope you brought her on stage for that end scene.
Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get up on stage, but we did all go to her table and she was as energetic as the 19-year-olds, I'm telling you.
Yes. Well, in my mind, I'm only 15. Well, maybe 16.
well,
but
that-
I am 76 years old.
That is
Isn't
incredible.
that, isn't that incredible?
And so I say that because you look good too. Now, how long have you been here in Las Vegas?
I've been here for 20 years.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
he's only
married?
28.
I am engaged.
You're engaged?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Worth a try, Mary.
Sorry. Didn't I try that?
Yeah.
Mom, Mary Wilson from the Supremes is hitting on me.
Yes, Mom, you did a good job. You're really cute, okay? But sorry, girlfriend, okay? I'll step back.
Oh, that's great.
So we went to Thunder from Down Under. One of the cast was getting married in La Rev, and that was her bachelor night. So we
Yeah.
went there, and it was hilarious. I had
know-
so much fun.
I did too. It's great, isn't it? Something.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are cool.
But you
okay?
guys do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
with comedy, and like it doesn't feel like that kind of show. Like it
Yeah.
feels like a really fun, nice night out, and you're all like smiling and chatting, and
Well, that's kind of
a lot of winks.
the basis of how we tried to do it is that we wanted to take the cringe factor out of it, and we wanted to take sticking the dollar bill in the thong. We wanted to make it more like kind of like a Broadway show, but where they take their clothes off. And being that the guys are all Australian,
I love
Yes.
that combination
Yeah.
of statement.
But
But we're
it-
going to make it like a Broadway show where you take your clothes off.
yeah, well, but it worked.
But everyone is legit
true.
Australian, and
Everyone
I think
is
a lot
one-
of people think it's just a
Yes.
gimmick, but everyone
thinks
is.
that the
Yes.
most commonly asked questions that we get in Thunder from Down Under is, are you guys all really from Australia?
If I'd known, I had my picture taken at the end of the show with everyone, I would have brought it in. Had I?
So he didn't
tell
tell
me
us.
anything.
He didn't tell us.
Good
He
on
did
you,
not
Ian.
tell us.
Right?
He didn't tell us.
The whole thing about this show is it's spontaneous. You get surprised.
And you can complain about it every
the audience
single
gets
week.
surprised. Yeah.
That it's not structured.
Well. Yeah.
Do you want
Sometimes
bread,
it works
by the
out.
way?
No, no, I'm
Yeah,
okay.
would you like-
I'm
you
good.
sure?
No, I'm absolutely
I'm
good
cutting the
with the water
cheese
right
over
here.
here if you want
He
some.
probably doesn't have carbs because he's
You,
fit.
what was that, mate?
I know. See, now there's a statement.
Mate?
Over here, if you're cutting the
Australian.
cheese, it's not the same as actually cutting the cheese.
That's right.
No?
That's right. No.
No. My brother had a wedding cheese for his wedding instead of a cake.
Yeah.
They have a cheese. It's a thing.
Ooh.
It is a thing.
Those
Really?
that no, those that don't look it up.
No, I've
And
heard
I
cake.
said, and he was telling me about this, and it's the first I'd heard about it. And I was like, so wait. So he goes, yeah, we have a cheese and we do the whole thing.
I think
I said,
it's genius.
so when you get that whole bit with the photo op, you literally get everybody around and you cut the cheese together.
It's brilliant.
And of course, I started to giggle because over here that means something else. It means that
Yeah, that's
you
right.
have a flatulence problem. So I explained to him that was what that meant. And
He didn't know that?
No, he didn't know that. So when he actually did it on the day, they obviously were laughing for a very different reason than just being happy about cutting the
Well,
cheese.
it's the same as the thong. The thong in Australia is something
the
that you wear on your
flip-flop.
foot.
Oh, yeah, thong is a
and the
flip-flop,
thong is
isn't
something
it?
that it's an undergarment that you wear.
Now, do you know the word ochre?
Yeah.
My life is complete today because I came
I don't know
back.
that one.
I came back from Australia and I was like, oh, I got addicted to ochre over in Australia. And everyone was like, you're making things up.
No.
Finally, proof. There's
Yeah.
an Australian
Really?
in
Absolutely.
the room,
Yeah.
so I can do my accent.
Sounds more like a New Zealand accent.
Good day.
Or a drunk Australian.
I'll go for a drunk Australian.
There you go. Yeah, well, there's a lot of different words that, like you call it a Hyundai over here. In Australia, we call it a Hyundai.
Oh.
You
Yeah,
mean
that's the
the
same
motorbike
in the
or
UK.
whatever,
The
right?
car company, yeah.
You mentioned the thong.
Let's get back to the
It's a-
thong.
the bikini kind of
No, it's a
thong in
flip-flop.
Brazil.
In Brazil, but in
Oh.
Australia, it's a flip
Oh,
flop.
but I'm talking about the bikini.
I know what you're talking about, Mary. Don't you worry.
She's wearing one right now.
Oh, yeah. Of course I did. Are you kidding?
Thunder from Down Under was on Project Runway.
Thunder from Down Under has pretty much been on every major TV show in the United States, from Entertainment Tonight to TMZ to the Project Runway, like you said. We're in the movie Alexander and the...
So what caused what caused Thunder from Down Under to exist and come over to America in the first place?
Because primarily we were a touring show that travelled all around the world. And then when we used to come and perform here in Las Vegas at the Stardust Casino back in the day.
I remember Stardust.
Yeah. And then we came over here in 2001, and the Excalibur said they wanted to take us on as a residency for 6 months, and 18 years later we're still here.
Well,
strong.
You know, the only thing I'm thinking right in my mind, because yes, entertainment has kind of stopped here in town.
Kind of?
Save it, kind of. It's halted. But look, this
Except
is
for
entertainment.
this show.
Yeah, this is entertainment right here.
Is that I've just got this vision now of all those buff Thunder from Down Under guys sitting
I bet
at home.
you do.
They've gained like 50, 60, 70 pounds.
They're all working out in the
working
garden.
out. They're working out.
No. Leave me with the whole. No, they've
No.
lost it. Like what's his name in the Avengers movie when he puts on Thor, when he puts on all the
I
weight.
love that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to me, that's how the Thunder from Down Under guys
You keep
look
making
now.
yourself feel
See,
better.
I think that the fitness, bodybuilding and lifting weights becomes kind of a lifestyle. So even if you aren't in the show, you're still doing it just for your own ego or fitness.
I get that. I follow
I saw
that
you in the
same-
gym yesterday, didn't I? Ann?
I follow that ethos.
Do Thunder from Down Under go on suntan beds to make sure they're still looking like they're in Australia?
Okay, so back in the day, we did use the suntan beds. Now I think it's more of the spray tan that they use just for the safety, the whole fact of melanoma and sun cancer and stuff like that.
Right. Because that's a big deal in Australia.
It is. Well, the ozone layer is
That's
the
where the
biggest in
hole is,
over the
yeah.
whole in Australia. Is the ozone layer is the biggest. So that's why we have the most cases of skin cancer in
Yeah.
Australia.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I just use a little mousse.
I was just
Or a
born.
small
deer.
Hey, look, I was just born with mine, so it just looks like.
Hey.
Looking fabulous.
You're very lucky.
So,
I
so
know.
let's
Yeah,
move
what
on
can I
from
say?
Thunder from
Yeah,
Down Under,
yeah, let's
because-
move on
Do
from
we have to?
Yeah, no, we do.
Oh,
I should have brought some calendars in for you
Okay.
girls. If I had have known that, okay, next time I come in, I'm going to bring some
Okay,
calendars.
I'll give
all
you
right?
my address.
And
Okay.
I'll hand deliver them.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying to send the candle. Look at Dawn. She's. I'm serious, girl. Okay.
All right, we
Last
got
week
you.
she
Me and
wanted
you,
a
babe,
puppy.
me and you.
Wait, ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to point out this is a Motown legend flirting. This is what an icon of the music industry looks like when she's flirting.
Well, listen, are you kidding? Everybody at Motown got married to other people, in the business
Hey,
because
I know.
that's our neighborhood, right?
Have some more
You in
Prosecco.
theater, right? You're
Yes.
in theater, and whenever you meet people there,
Yeah.
and people get married
That's when
because
I met my husband on
that's what I'm
Cirque du Soleil.
saying. That's the way it works.
No.
But I understand that. Wait,
I
I
get that.
understand that
I'm still
Marcus
trying to
has
get
a
some juicy
girlfriend. Girlfriend, please. I'm just kidding.
She
okay,
didn't even
it's all
know.
just kidding. That's what we do in
She
theater.
didn't know Marcus was going
She's
to be
actually
here
cool
and look
with
how
that.
she dressed. She brought out all her fur for you.
I know, I love it.
true.
I'm
Look at this.
kind of starstruck. I've got to be
Right?
honest.
And
Okay,
we're just
I
trying to
got
get
it.
some good
Okay, I'm
juicy
trying to get
stories
all
out.
this-
So Mary, keep drinking the Prosecco.
Okay,
You demolished a
feeding
bottle
me
by
alcohol.
yourself in the
He's
car.
drinking.
And
It's
we're
only
coming.
9:00 in the morning here, or 10:00 in the morning here, guys.
We do have to say hello to Samantha, though. It's her first time listening. So, hello, Samantha. Thank you
Okay.
for joining us.
So,
and there's plastic money in England now.
there is plastic money in England.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's
No.
true.
When
Oh
did
yeah.
that
Well,
happen?
I used to like save all the coins. I have coins from England when we first went over there, and they're like they had holes in the middle of them.
Do you know
No,
what's fun-
not
Yes.
from the
No.
UK.
Yes, indeed.
No, Czech Republic, maybe.
Yeah.
Honey,
We
I-
don't.
I'll bring them next week.
You
for
bring them next
okay?
week.
And
You bring them.
speaking about things, when we first went to England, this is kind of funny. The toilet tissue there, this might be kind of strange, was very, very hard.
Oh.
It was.
Well,
I'm serious. I'm saying that it was very, very. It was like our wax paper.
You need
Well, no,
Andrex.
and we started bringing our own toilet tissue
Up until
over there.
1972,
See?
sandpaper
We're going back.
was
We're going
allowed.
back. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Marcus.
No, I know what
we
you
were
mean, though.
talking
I know
about
that
how
wax
things
is-
used to be, and
Yeah.
now things have changed.
Yep.
Let's look
right?
at some of the
right.
comments, shall we?
Today.
I
Moving
know
on
I
from
went
that.
left field on you, but
So,
anyway.
Samantha, first time listening, possibly last. But
Right?
you're very welcome. Make sure you follow us. In fact, anybody out there who hasn't followed us already, please follow us. We want to try to kind of, expand our reach and our show so that you can experience this every week.
Right.
And then we've got some of the real regulars here. We've got Mike, who's listening, watching in Greece. Mary and Dawn have been such great additions these past few weeks.
Aw,
That's
that's
very
so
nice.
sweet.
of
Like
them.
that. Oh, can I say this? Because Kevin Melville lost us in Coventry. What happened? we're not on in Coventry?
Lost us? Well,
Yeah,
we did
he's-
have a little break in the show.
Oh, maybe
did.
that's
half an
why.
hour ago.
Oh,
so if you
okay, so
remember.
that's what he just said. Okay, sorry,
Coventry.
Kevin. Yeah, Coventry. Yes,
That's where Lady Godiva rode naked through the streets, right? Is that Coventry?
It is Coventry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is,
I
unless
didn't
you've
know
been
that.
sent there.
Near
course you-
Birmingham, right?
Well, you know
Yes.
what?
Okay.
That's going to tie into one of my trivia questions, actually.
Okay.
And this could not have been more perfect for you, Marcus. So pressure is on you for this one. I'm going to use my broadcaster voice again. You ready for this one?
Go for it.
If you suffer from gymnophobia, what are you most afraid of?
Gynophobia?
Gymnophobia.
That sounds like you, Dawn.
Yep. Did you write? That's someone that's afraid of training and working out.
Yeah,
That's
you.
what I thought it was going to be, but no.
What is
Oh.
it? You're afraid of men with the name of Jim?
No. It is spelled, for those of you at home, it's spelled Gymnophobia. Gymnophobia.
Go on then.
It's a fear of being naked
Oof.
No.
I don't have that.
and never nude.
And never nude.
And never nude.
Oh.
Have you
I
never,
never nude.
have you never seen Arrested Development with the never nude?
No.
Oh, okay. Guess what? Pat
Gynophobia.
Ross said to me, "We have plastic money in the UK
Yeah,
now."
that's what I was saying.
wow.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Wow.
When did that happen?
What denomination is it?
She later commented 5, 10, and 20 pound notes.
Oh, okay.
All the notes.
I didn't know that
We've
either.
copied Australia. We've gone for it.
Well, hi, Marcus.
Well,
Did you bring
hi,
it
Miss
with you?
Wilson.
She's back over there. My family live in Queensland as well.
Oh,
why-
really?
Yeah, I was there
Okay.
for like
Wow,
about
yeah,
a month.
There's a lot of
Okay.
similarities going on in this room right now. Hi, Jim Grieber. Jim Grease. Jim, how are you, Jim? Good to see you, mate. Thanks for watching, brother. He's one of the fantastic correspondents for the UFC, and he's watching the show
look at
today.
that.
Oh,
Good
cool.
to see you,
Debbie,
Jim.
Oh, cool.
Debbie says that Dawn drew me into your show, and I love this show very much. I'm just searching for ones that are making me feel better right
Oh,
now.
I love Debbie.
Thanks,
Debbie is
Debbie.
like
Okay.
priceless.
And my friend David Madden said he says hello to Mary. Hi, David. Okay.
I'm laughing because Adam,
What?
thanks, Adam, appreciate that. He says, I think we finally found Ian's replacement. Marcus, you should be in this seat, apparently.
Who said that? Who said that?
One of our regulars, Adam.
I'll give you that $20 later, Adam. Thanks for that, brother.
Yeah. And then Diane said, I had to check in on the scoop of the tea. Yes. But unfortunately, it's not tea today.
It's Prosecco.
It's Prosecco.
And we left you out, Marcus.
No, I'm,
Do you want
I'm on
some,
the hour. I'm on the hour today.
We've got Mary bought Bellinis.
Yeah, we can switch.
You know what? I'm one of those people that loves peaches but hates peach flavored things.
Oh yes,
You know what
yes.
I mean?
You like the actual. This is a
No.
good time for peaches too. You know, they're very. This is the time of the year that peaches are everywhere.
And you live in Vegas, right, Mary?
I live here, of course, darling.
Good. Good.
Here we go.
Oh, goodness.
And what
Dating
stay-
corner
what,
over there.
What happens in Vegas stays here in Vegas.
What
That's
was the
right.
Cilla Black show? The
I-
dating show back in England. What was that one?
Blind
that was
Date.
in
Blind date.
Yeah.
We're going to get a little visor up for you
This-
next week, Mary. Bring random people in.
Well, no,
Yeah.
he's engaged. But you know, we do it. We had something here. What was it? The dating game. I used to host
Yes.
it. I told you about that. I
Did
used
you,
to-
did you
yeah.
host it?
I hosted that. Yeah, I
dating
told
game?
you, and I went
No,
on a
I-
trip to Brazil with not the guy that I liked,
Right.
but the host of the show, because the
You know
guy
what?
he and
I've
I
got a
didn't hit it
question
off
for
well.
you. I've got a,
Yes, I'm
that
sorry,
happens.
guy.
I've got a question for you. And in fact, I'm going to make this a question for everyone in this room.
Okay.
All right.
Except for Travis, because,
You know the
'cause-
answer? Or
yeah, his answer is this.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Mary,
Yeah.
if you had to name one highlight of your career. And Travis is now laughing because
I can't talk about it.
you can't?
No.
Why?
Well, one highlight. Oh,
Like,
there were
some-
many. I have so many.
I know you have so many.
So
That's why
many.
I'm asking. Just
Okay,
one thing that you go, you know what? That was my
Well,
moment.
you know, when we did the command performance in England, in
Wow.
London, yeah,
You
with
said
the
the
Queen
right
Mother,
thing.
yeah,
With the Queen Mother, the Royal Command performance.
yes, that was because here in America we were so taken with you guys, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, yeah.
and
As
so
you
for
should
us,
be.
and as we
Yes.
should be, of course, you're the Queen Mother and all that stuff, but not you, Dawn, but.
I am actually the Queen Mother. She's outed me.
But you know, for us to go over there in 1968 and actually sing for the royal family,
Yeah.
that was very big.
Do you remember
like I
what you
said,
did?
everyone here now knows everyone in the royal family. You know,
Yeah,
it's no
yeah.
big thing. But back then, that was quite special.
Did you do like the medley thing, or did you do like individual songs? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember, but I do know we did somewhere. because that was a song we talked about for the civil rights and Martin Luther King and the whole bit. So that was one of the songs we did. But I'm sure we did Stop in the Name of Love. What was the first song? I'll ask you. And do you know, Marcus? What was the first song that
I
the
might
Supremes?
know, Mary.
Well, you're too young, girl.
Right.
No, that's
I'll keep
okay.
that.
She is young, but she's cute. But anyway, so now like the first number one that we the Supremes had in England was what?
Ooh, trivia. I like
Little
it.
trivia. That's why I got on your game there, girl.
Baby
She's my
Love.
girl over here.
Baby, it was Baby Love.
Yes.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. Now enough of me. Okay, there we
I
go.
love that.
Baby Love, because I knew it wasn't.
It wasn't Where Did Our Love Go? That was the
Right.
first number one here in the U.S.
That's right.
But
I knew
Baby
it wasn't
Love was
that.
the first. Yeah.
I know
But it
these
was number
things.
2 in England.
It was?
Yes, it was number 2 or 3.
You must have been higher than the Beatles at some point in the charts.
No, well, you know what? We were sort of equal because we were here in America were taken by the Beatles, obviously, and there in Europe and the UK, the Supremes, Motown was really huge. So
Still is.
still. But I mean, because the Beatles were not only a band member, they wrote their music as well. That kind of put them ahead. But I remember one song that we kicked them out of number 1, and I think it was our album Supremes A Go-Go. I believe that was the one that we kicked them out of number 1.
Booted them out.
Yes, we did.
Did
But
you
they
write-
booted us out a lot too. So
Did
we
you
were
write
back
any
and
of
forth.
them?
Pardon?
Did you write any songs?
Never,
or
no.
Did
Because
you like
we-
suggest lyrics? And
No.
go, this one will be better.
Back then we didn't know. Holland Dozier, Holland Motown had Smokey Robinson, all
They
those
had
kind
those
of
three
people.
gentlemen that really wrote
Yeah.
everything, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
they did.
Was
So
that kind of nice though that you didn't have that pressure to like?
Oh, for us it was great.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Go
just
out there.
you
You
know,
just show up and
hey.
do
do the thing.
But I heard that some of the guys who wrote these songs wrote them about when they broke up with girls or girls broke up with them. So we're singing these songs not knowing where they came
the
from.
backstory.
Oh.
And so now that I'm doing my research, I'm like, oh my God. Okay. All right.
like-
Stop in the Name of Love was written because this girl said it to the guy and he was telling all this, whatever. We never knew that. So, but we were
All
singing
these
it
things.
from a female's point of view.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
That's
Wow, that's
true.
interesting.
That's
Yeah,
true.
right? Well, I
that
just
is.
found that out about
That's
50
so
some years
cool.
later.
So my question to you is the same then, Dawn. What would you say, your... Because you've been in like, so much within the entertainment industry. over the
Only for
years.
like 3 years because I'm so young.
She's very young.
Yes.
And she looks very good. How
No,
old
I-
are you, dear?
I'm 38.
You look marvelous, darling.
Thank you very much. Thank
I
you, thank
wish
you,
I was
thank you.
38 again.
Oh, goodness gracious. Apart from Butlins, obviously.
Butlins would do it. Butlins
you know
is
what?
a holiday kind of vacation.
I know.
And you know what? My
Going
dad,
there.
I have to show you. My dad sent me a picture that he has all the Supreme albums on vinyl still.
Oh, my God.
And then he sent me
They're worth
that
a
he
lot.
has on vinyl Butlins theme song.
I didn't know they had a theme song.
Yeah, Wizzy World. Wizzy World, Wizzy World, let's get Dizzy World. Do you have the power? I've got the power.
I've clearly never been to Butlins.
It's amazing. Highlight. It's really hard for me because I worked on so many different things. I will say one of my highlights was the very first time. So I used to work at the Royal Opera House as well in London, and there you had to wear a suit backstage
Right.
because you're working at the Royal Opera House. That's what you do, darling.
It is.
And one of my jobs as a stage manager was to escort the conductor to the stage. And like I actually was with my mom and my sister and we're having the dinner between shows. And a very famous opera singer was at the table next and he was like, I've got this. And then I had to like bring the conductor on stage and it was just like goosebumps.
Oh, I
like when it's
bet.
like, how is this like what I'm doing right now? Like, and you walk in front of everyone at the Royal Opera and I'm not singing or dancing, I'm just organizing people. But there's an element that you walk someone out and you're just like, this is insane that this many people right now in this moment are completely transfixed
Yes.
on this moment.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, we sort of mentioned that last week, what you were saying, like, we are the escape.
Yeah.
And there's been many, I was on Michael Jackson, the Immortal World Tour, and you would go to venues and there would just be people crying in the audience, like, just waiting for this experience to happen. And,
And this was the Cirque du Soleil show,
this
touring
is the
show.
Cirque one, yeah.
Yeah.
Great show.
And thank you.
Saw it.
And people would come up and like, they don't know who I am. Obviously, I look like an athlete. So they assume that I'm someone like spinning around on stage as opposed to telling everyone off backstage. And they'd just be like, thank you for doing that. And I'm like, you're welcome. But it's that feel like, there's not really a highlight because so many jobs have been so different. I mean, I've got to tour the world. Like Japan, I actually woke up when Michael Jackson died.
Yeah.
I was on a show in Japan, and I woke up and I thought I was extremely jet lagged, and I thought my cast was winding me up, and I thought that they'd like fed a feed into my room to like wind me up, because it was that kind of show where people play tricks. And I remember going to work just going, there will be no shows today.
Yeah, really.
Like,
no,
I can't do it. But then I think a huge heart, and you guys probably agree, like you meet someone from a past show at any point.
Yeah.
And it's always like it was yesterday.
That's right.
And I think there's so many highlights, like you said, that there can't be one highlight, because your whole life is that. And I think we're very lucky to live
Oh, absolutely.
a life
very lucky.
where we can do all that.
So many wonderful moments. I mean, that we're in history, and we're experiencing history every single day. In fact, my son told me, he said, Mom, you need to stop drinking. I'm like, why? He says, because you celebrate every day.
You should.
Why not?
You should celebrate every day.
And here I am. Don't tell my son, please.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Hasn't been
Our
opened yet.
entertainment business is about celebrating. We're here to make people happy.
Yeah.
And no matter which phase of it you're in, I mean, backstage, on stage, your instruments, or whatever, this is a wonderful moment. And people are looking up there at you like, wow, I'd love to do that. That's on my bucket list. Our bucket list is every single day. Am I right?
Absolutely, 100%.
No, absolutely. And in fact, actually, and before I get to you, Marcus, with that same question, Pat, good old Pat, was saying, wait, hold on, I had it here, and it's moved down.
About the notes?
Someone tell
at the command performance.
Okay.
At the command performance, Mary, you did the hits medley.
Oh, okay.
And Love Child was the hit at the time. Love Child was the hit at the time.
Oh, okay.
When
cool.
you did,
so
when
that's
you did
what.
the
Thank you, Pat. That's what.
Pat knows her stuff.
Mary, more importantly, you might remember performing Soul Weekends at Butlin, Skegness.
I did.
You were at Butlins.
I just didn't want to interrupt you because it was your moment.
I love Butlins.
You've been to Skegness?
Yes, I've been to Skegness as well.
Skegness.
Twice.
Look at
Skeggy?
you. You're out.
I've been to Skeggy. I know
Yes,
Skeggy.
I was
love
there. I think I
Skegness.
performed there with, I can't think of who it was. You better tell me. It's amazing. Fans know, I shouldn't
So
say fans,
much.
friends. They know more about what you do
than you do.
Than you can remember. I know
That's
I
right.
did it, but I couldn't tell
But
you.
you know what? I think part
It's
of that
fortunate
is...
I don't have any fans, so nobody remembers my life.
Exactly.
Everyone for Spill the
you're
Tea is
You
your
got one
fan.
fan right here, man. All
Thank
right.
you.
That's my fan.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
But you're told, like, you get out of venue and you have someone like me backstage going, okay, you're going to get on the bus and then we're going to take
You
you
tell us
here
what to
and then
do.
your bags are in your room and blah, blah, blah. So there is no, like, memory or knowledge because we're just, we're making sure you get there.
Yes.
So
exactly.
you don't have that
And
information.
the people don't realize it's just like our essential nurses and doctors here in this COVID and all those things. But stage managers and people who tell you what to do, they're as important for what we do because you just move us around. We're like, okay,
Right.
And so it's wonderful.
true.
We are all important, and people don't realize that.
I think people don't realize there are people that aren't on stage. I think that's part of the magic
behind
of
the
theatre,
scenes,
though.
Behind the scenes, yes.
No one exists. behind- I actually have a trivia question about theatre.
Before we get to trivia,
Sorry.
I tried, people. I'm trying to keep this thing on track. We've been going long enough already, but I have to ask Marcus the same question to you, sir. What is your career highlight so far, other than this show?
Okay, so I kind of have 4, but can I quickly go through the real quick 4?
Yes, because we've got about 8 seconds left of the show. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, so listen, it's funny how life works out and how things work out. Things that I was obsessed with as a kid and used to pray to God when I was 8, 7 years old. I want to meet this. I want to meet this person. I want to meet. Please, God, let me meet. It all seemed to happen, come to grips. So when I was 8 years old, the first group that I was in love with was Kiss. The group Kiss. One of the highlights, in my career was getting to introduce Gene Simmons on stage, the guy that sticks his tongue out. Highlight. I got invited to Conor McGregor's after party and got to spend 4 hours partying with him all night. That was definitely another one.
Is that a fighter?
Yes, that is the #1 mixed martial artist in the world. I had a great conversation with Tony Curtis before he passed away. God
I
rest
love
his
Tony
soul.
Curtis.
And he told me he didn't even know me. He told me he loved me. He signed a beautiful photo for me. But the highlight of I don't want to say of my career, I'd have to say of my life. Was getting to spend and hang out with the king of pop, Michael Jackson, for 2 hours. We went and saw a show together at the Excalibur called the Tournament of the Kings. And he was there with his kids and a bunch of children from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. and I was lucky enough to get invited over to his table. I got to watch the whole show with him, and then we went backstage afterwards and took some pictures, and he autographed my T-shirt for me and told me some great things. And sometimes I can replay it over and over and over in my head, and I still get goosebumps when I think about it. And sometimes I still cry when I think about it, because it was something that I would dream about when I was a little boy. You know, please let me meet Michael Jackson. I want to meet Michael Jackson. Please, you know, please God, let me. And then when it happened.
Yeah,
and you're wearing a Smooth Criminal T-shirt right there.
Oh, you sure are. Well, you know what, Michael and the Jackson 5, we sort of introduced them to the world.
Absolutely, and that
Yes,
goes
we
in
did.
conjunction with what is happening right now. As because of Michael Jackson, I got involved with Diana Ross, and then became to love Diana Ross and the Supremes through my mother. And then, what do you know? I'm actually sitting next to one of them right now. Now, don't tell me that's not fate or how the world's supposed to go.
All four of us in this room have a connection to Michael Jackson. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. So Ian spent time and worked with Michael Jackson. You were part of the Immortal show, and of course, Diana Ross was one of the ones that introduced the Jacksons. Yeah. As a matter of fact, didn't she bring them to play at a party of?
Well, we hosted them on Hollywood Palace. And we introduced them to Diana Ross and the Supremes. Introduced them to Hollywood at one of the private clubs there.
Wow!
Gave a great party.
So you knew Michael when he was little.
The Jackson 5, yes, all of them.
Wow. And when they were all small and little, didn't Michael and your son, they used to kind of hang out and play?
Yeah, my son and Diane's brother, they all were played together. So
wow!
I got pictures. I'll maybe.
I'd love to. And I have pictures of me and Michael as well. I'd love to show you those.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was obsessed with Ian when he told me his story. I couldn't believe it, and then me and Ian automatically had an instant connection. Isn't it funny that Michael Jackson, although he's not here, actually can still bring people together, not only through music but through experience as well. You know what I mean? Like I was fascinated with Ian's story, and then in turn he was fascinated with mine, which has actually made us friends. So it's great.
Yes, it's
so what's your
wonderful
highlight, Ian?
What's yours, Ian?
Performing at Butlins. That's the connection point, right?
That's it. Hey, that's it. Oh, before we leave, I have to say that 5 pounds, 10 pounds, and 20 pounds are the plastic ones. Pat, thank you, Pat, for that information.
I love Pat. I don't even know you, Pat, but I already love you.
So
Pat's
there we
great.
go.
What is your highlight, though?
Amanda and I, who and if you don't know, Amanda is my business partner.
She's the hand in the
She's
camera.
standing over there hiding.
She made me a great cup of tea as well.
Which she does. She makes a good cup of tea. We've been business partners for 30,000 years, and we built this place, the studio, and everything else. But anyway, going back, we've been performing together for a very long time. We don't really do much of the performing anymore, but we were on the Dangerous tour, Michael Jackson's Dangerous tour, back in the day, and we were part of like his green room entertainment. So we'd actually be with him prior to the show. So it'll be costumed up. He had like the yellow kind of
the yellow jumpsuit
onesie, effectively,
similar to a fencing outfit.
And it was actually and then he would have his kind of guests in there, and he had we were part of like that green room entertainment. So we never actually got to go on stage with him, but we'd be with him right up until before he would go on stage.
Backstage
That's why when Ian said to me, asked me a couple of questions about Michael Jackson, I answered them, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this guy's a Michael Jackson fan. He knows some stuff. He knows his stuff." I do.
You know,
I remember as a kid going to the Dorchester Hotel with all my family and my mom, just waiting for him to like wave, and we must have been there for hours, like just standing on the pavement, just waiting. That's and then like eventually like just a white glove comes out, and you're like, I really hope that's his hand.
Which could have been his assistant.
I know, like, but that's what we were like. We're like, oh, I'm gonna say it is his hand because he's right there.
Yeah.
Well, imagine being with him for 2 hours and sitting right next to him, as close as I am to Mary. And you know what? I kept it so cool. I played it. I didn't act like a crazed fan. I wasn't crying. I wasn't pouring. I was just, and the fact that I played it so cool gave me the opportunity to be able to spend more time with him instead of him going, okay, crazy fan, see you later. He felt comfortable with me, which was just incredible.
No, it is good.
Highlight of my life.
That's wonderful.
Well, I think on this rather sentimental note, it's probably a good time to kind of wrap it up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad because this one's been so good.
This is great when we had a chance to speak with Sam a lot. People get a chance to see her.
I still can't believe how good her nails look.
I know, and she did
Like,
it
my
herself.
nails don't look that good, and I didn't have an operation.
She did all that by herself.
impressive.
That was pretty
Very
good.
impressive.
Every time you say something, Mary, I want to sing it back to you. It's really hard. You just come out with song lyrics all the time.
Oh, really?
Diane
I know.
here. Do you know Diane?
Diane
Diane's
Rose?
mine. Schuberg?
Schuberg, that's
She's-
yours?
yeah.
Well, she's saying sing it out, Mary.
Right?
Sing
So
what
maybe,
out?
I don't know.
Anything.
Oh,
I don't know.
Anything.
Maybe we should
You
have
were so late getting home from the office. Did you miss your train? Were you caught in the rain? No, don't bother to explain. Can I fix you a quick martini? I think I'll
Yes,
have some
please.
Oh, see?
I've had too much.
Wow.
Okay, there you go.
Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, I think that
Be careful
probably
what you
concludes
wish
it for
for, you
today.
may
But
get it.
this show may actually carry on for the next 45 minutes.
I think it
just
will.
because
around this
there's
table.
more prosecco to consume.
And the bread.
And the bread.
And
yes,
the bread.
it's
Thank
quite
you.
good. Really
Quite?
good. It's
Well,
almost
you
like
can-
cornbread, but it's not quite the same. You know,
We
southern
actually have a cornbread version, Mary.
See, that's right.
Oh,
Do you want me to
that's-
bring you the cornbread one next time?
Yes, but with
Okay.
some greens and all that
I
kind of
can't
stuff.
do all that.
Okay,
Come on
I'll
now.
do the greens.
All
Okay.
right.
It's a southern thing.
I'm not
What
that good.
stays here, what goes on in Vegas stays here. But now all
music
expatriates,
started.
they will
Thank
know
you,
The
it.
show's
everyone,
gonna
for
be out.
joining
Bye.
us today.
Guys,
Everyone around
thank
the
you
world
so
who's
much.
from
We shall
there,
see you
they
next
know us.
week
Okay, bye.
on Spill the Tea.